Donald Trump is throwing everybody out of his rallies that he doesn't agree with, that vaguely seems to be protesting him. We've covered this on the show before. Our own reporters at TYT Politics have shown people being thrown out of Trump events that didn't say anything, and that might have even been on his side. There's like a witch hunt going on at these rallies. Well, he's in Georgia, and 30 students from Valdosta State University decided to go and protest. But how are they going to protest? They're just going to stand up and not say anything during a speech. Now, wait a minute. How would they know that they're even protesting? Oh, right. They're all black. So let's find out what happens.
We have tickets to your administration. They don't live here. They don't matter.
Okay, now you saw at the end they raised their fists, and obviously this commotion is they're being thrown out. But in the beginning, when they're there, they didn't say anything. They just stood up. The only reason that anybody knew to throw them out is they're black. Standing while black, you got to go. You can't be caught being black at a Trump rally. So that's what they got kicked out for. Now, when they're asked about it, the Secret Service told CNN that they were not directly involved in removing the students from the event, but one agent oversaw the students' removal. Well, that would appear to indicate that they were involved. Okay, an agent told CNN that the students were asked to leave by the host committee and local law enforcement. So this is what happens, by the way. We just pass it around like, wasn't me, it was the host committee. No, it was the local law enforcement. No, it was the Secret Service. And they just pass it around. So who's going to be held responsible for people kicking people out for exercising their First Amendment rights? Nobody. Now, wasn't me, it was him. A Secret Service agent says, we do not escort protesters or disruptors out of events. Okay, we'll get back to that. He says, if a group at an event protests, it does not become an issue with the United States Secret Service unless our protectee is threatened. I don't know if he was just threatened by the mere presence of 30 black students. They said, according to the protesters, the people who threw them out said, this is Trump's property. It's a private event. But I paid my tuition to be here. Can you imagine? You're paying all that tuition at a college. This guy comes in to do a rally at your college, and then they throw you out just for being there, right? And they say, no. It's Trump's property now. How's it Trump's property? You know, look, I understand that maybe he paid for the hall, etc. But if I'm a student going there, that protest was the least of what you could do. Now, I'm going to switch to the next story here because the Secret Service told me that they don't escort anybody out. They don't care. They're not trying to enforce what Donald Trump says. Really? Because there was a Time reporter at a different rally, and his name is Christopher Morse. He's actually very well known. And let's take a look at what happened to him when he stepped outside of the pen, the holding pen they have for the press, just a little bit. That was a Secret Service agent who picked up a member of the press by the neck and chokeslammed him. And that is confirmed by the other reporters. I know the video started rolling right as he was slamming him down. Other reporters at the scene said, yes, picked him up by the neck and threw him to the ground. And then you see the reporter kicking back a little bit. And then, of course, the right-wingers will be like, oh, see, he kicked back. What would you do if somebody slammed you to the ground like that? Wait, Secret Service, I didn't think you threw out anybody. What happened? Now, see, understand why this is so important, why it's so scary. Before, it was Donald Trump speaking like a fascist. Then his supporters at rallies started assaulting protesters, and that was his brown shirts acting like fascists. Now he's got the government working for him, acting like fascists. Whether it's the local cops, it's the Secret Service in this case. Hey, you know what? Let me show you the reporter after he got body slammed, explaining why the Secret Service did this to him.
So you're just trying to go and cover the protest and...
I stepped 18 inches out of the pen and he grabbed me by the neck and started choking me and he slammed me to the ground.
If you step 18 inches out of the cage that they have for the press, now the Secret Service is slamming you to the ground. And this is before he even wins. This is before he wins the Republican nomination or the presidency. Imagine what happens if he wins the presidency. How will he use his power? This is the tip of the iceberg. Imagine the frickin' iceberg. Now, Morris told CNN that he never touched the agent in the beginning and did not plan to press charges. No, for Christ's sake, press charges. Somebody's got to put an end to this. How many people have I seen assaulted at Trump rallies? How many videos have we shown you guys of people brutally assaulted, thrown to the ground, and while people are chanting, whether it's USA, USA, Trump, 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 or in some cases allusions to white power, etc., while blacks are being assaulted, Latinos are being assaulted. One time a woman was thrown to the ground. People are being removed. Now members of the press. Somebody press charges. And cops, you're not supposed to be on the side of the fascists. You're supposed to be protecting the citizens and the press. That's what our Constitution demands. That's what your job is. You should do that job instead of being Trump's brown shirts. Yes, I said it. It's true. Look at what they're doing. If you let him get away with this, what are they going to do to the press next? What are they going to do to you next? Young Turks.